Greetings and welcome to another episode of Q Points Podcast. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
And my name is J. Ray, sometimes known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III. And let me tell you something, Sir Daniel. I got the air back on.
We're going to have a very warm fall season. That's right. But and we're going to keep it even hotter here on Q Points Podcast because we are the podcast dropping the needle on Black music history. And J. Ray, speaking of the holidays, guess who's headlining DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic live for the holidays?
The person that we are talking about this evening.
That's right, the one and only Chaka Khan. But we're talking about Chaka Khan because as of October 7th of this year, 2024, I Feel For You was certified platinum by the RIAA, which is the Recording Industry Association of America.
Yes.
And it's apparently I Feel For You out of nowhere has surpassed 85.8 million streams on Spotify. So Chaka is in the zeitgeist. People are streaming that song and enjoying it, which is, I Feel For You is a dope song. Is that one of your favorite Chaka Khan? Is that one of your favorite Chaka Khan tracks?
Actually, it's not one of my favorite Chaka Khan tracks. It's not a bad song. Mm-hmm. It's just not one of my favorite Chaka Khan songs, but I will say there's a lot of childhood nostalgia attached for me to that song.
Absolutely.
Of course, featuring Grandmaster Melly Mel on the rap, which in itself was controversial because Chaka was like not into that. But it actually helped that song to be in the hip hop zeitgeist of the era of 1984. So yeah, I Feel For You deserves all the love that it gets. And I mean, it's written by Prince. I mean, come on.
It's absolutely a cover of Prince's song. And she hates, I think what she really despises about the song is the repetitiveness of her name. Yes. Like she hated hearing her name over and over and over again. But I mean, hey, you're Chaka Khan. People are going to want to say your name over and over again. And so this, J-Ray, this achievement actually coincides with the 40th anniversary of the album of the same name. As of October 1st, I Feel For You, the album is 40 years old. Can you believe it?
Now, if time flies, man. And so Daniel, I know you'll agree with me when I say this. I know we talking about I Feel For You, but you know what the jam from that record is?
What's your jam from that record?
This Is My Night, baby.
I'm going to tell you, listen, which is so funny because, well, like we always do, you and I are going to compile a list of our favorite Chaka Khan records. And so, you know what? Since you said that first one, I'm going to go first. And I'm going to tell you what my first pick for our ultimate, ladies and gentlemen, our ultimate Q Points podcast, Chaka Khan playlist. My first submission, ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration, This Is My Night. I promise you, it is on my list. I love that song. I have the 12-inch. That remix is a jam. Why do you like that song so much?
It is the melody. It is just the right combination of like early 80s production.
Oh yes.
And I think it's just like dope. I just think it's a well-produced song and well-written song. It's a party jam.
It is a quintessential 80s jam with synthesizers and, and those doubled up vocals with the phrases being repeated. So, in 1984, that's like falls right into like a set if you want to do like a freestyle set. And it just fell right in with the rest of those dope jams from 1984. So, This Is My Night. That's my first pick. So, J-Ray, what is your submission? What is your first submission for the ultimate Chaka Khan playlist?
Oh my God, this is so hard. So what y'all can't see is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not doing 6. We're only doing 3. And so my first pick for my number 3 is actually going to be Clouds. So let me explain, Sir
Okay.
Daniel.
All
Let me
right.
explain how I am thinking of this.
Mhm.
I decided to approach my list from songs that I consider to be quintessential Shaka songs. So they didn't necessarily have to be singles, but
Okay.
they had to at least be like, if somebody said, I know nothing about Shaka Khan, I would be like, play this,
Play that.
play
Yeah.
these songs. So Clouds is the first song that I'm going to pick. So Clouds, of course, written by Ashford and Simpson, who also wrote one of the other quintessential Shaka songs, "I Feel for You." I'm
Mhm.
sorry,
I'm every
"I'm Every
woman.
Woman,"
Mhm.
and it's a lot of "Ims." Um, um, and so what I love about Clouds is it has that quintessential Shaka mix of jazz and dance and like subdued Shaka and loud Shaka. You get like all the versions of her. So I tend to like Shaka songs that you get like the mix of her. So
Yeah.
Clouds is like the perfect thing of that. And you could play Clouds in a gospel set or in a dance set and it will fit.
You know, you took the words out of my mouth because I love clouds. My favorite part is the "It's gonna rain, it's gonna rain." I love that. That's very gospel. That's very the repetition. I really feel like if you sang that outside on a clear night with the moon, you could call for rain to actually
Yes.
start pouring. Yeah, it's it. I don't have any faults with that
Mm,
pick.
yeah.
Clouds is definitely dope.
Yeah.
So are you ready for my number two
What's
pick?
your number two?
All right. I'm going to slow it down. We're
Okay.
going to come to a very slow
Okay.
halt with this one. But this song actually popped up on the um in the Clockers soundtrack
Mhm.
as well as on Epiphany, which was her greatest hits album.
Mhm.
It is her collaboration with what is his name? The pianist,
Bruce Hornsby?
Bruce
Oh,
Hornsby. It is Love Me Still.
yes.
And you're probably wondering, well, you want a slow jam? And sure, certainly. There's something very
It's
beautiful and sentimental about, and it's a simple song. It's a very
mhm,
simple song, but it's a very poignant to me.
mhm.
I love the way it was placed in the McClockers movie. Um, and I just really, it just does something for me. I like that song, "Love Me Still." So that is my second submission for Shaka Khan Ultimate Playlist by Q
Yes.
Points.
So my second submission is also a dance tune. It's a what I consider to be a quintessential Shaka song, lyrics by Shaka, and that is "I Know You, I Live You." Once
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
you get all of the hallmarks of Shaka. You get the sweet, you get the
Hmm.
calm, you get the jazzy, and then you get the the thing
Yeah.
that
The,
Shaka does,
the Shaka crescendo.
the Shaka crescendo. Um, and so I Know You, I Live You, and we've talked about this before. This is one of those songs that in today and forevermore, you can absolutely hear at any block party, at any family picnic, at everybody. It's a multi-generation song where people know it. And Sir Daniel, you know this as a DJ, you can't not play that most important part, like that bridge to the end. The people waiting for that.
All the way. I call that the flowy skirt song. You
Yes.
have to have ladies have to have on a flowy skirt, and non-binaries too. You have
Yes.
to have on a flowy skirt because you have to lift it up by the sides and you spin around to that
Yeah.
song to I Know You, I Live You. I actually I kind of knew you were going to go for that because
Okay.
I have a feeling I have a feel for your tastes
Okay.
of Shaka Khan taste, and we've had conversations about Shaka, and we both love that song.
Yes.
So I'll let you have that one because that's one
Okay.
of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
But dope pick, and our final
What's,
pick,
what's your
my
number
final pick
one?
is I'm going back to Epiphany.
Okay.
There was a song on there called "Everywhere."
Baby, that's the jam. I wanna
everywhere
be
is
with you
such a jam.
everywhere.
Everywhere it was kind of has that slick dance hall feel, that 90s, that
Mhm.
mid 90s dance hall feel where we can drop it in the dance hall set and you can put it in between like any one of the top shelf rhythms, or and put it next to Shaka Demus and Pliers and just really
Yes.
go in, or start off your reggae set with that song. But it's so cool, it's laid back, but it's still, that beat is still driving,
Yes.
and it gives you a good, a good dance hall feel. But Shaka is doing her Shaka thing. She starts off kind of
Yep.
mild, and then goes into the Shaka crescendo, which I
Mhm.
think is one of her superpowers. I think it's something that we kind of look forward to. The
Mhm.
only song that I don't think she does the Shaka crescendo where she really comes out the gate hard is Disrespectful with Mary J. Blige. I think
Yeah,
they
she
both
comes out.
come out,
Yeah, they just come out like
they
that's like
come out swinging like, disrespectful. They come out like mad.
yeah, well, that was part of, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. During that Funk This era, from what I recall, they were they wanted Shaka to be Shaka full out. And because prior to that, she had come off of that Classy Con, which is amazing.
Mhm.
Shaka did this jazz standards album. I think it's with the London Philharmonic or whatever, because Shaka's that girl. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But so Funk This is more like, yo, we want you to be like Shaka. This is what you do. You like this is your lane. So yeah, Disrespectful, love that song too. But yeah, they came out full out. But so it's interesting that for your number two, you went with the slow jam, because for my quintessential Shaka song, my number one. Now keep in mind, we had a conversation with Adrian like 2 years ago. I probably picked, I think I Know You I Live You was on my list for that, but I
Hmm.
think the other songs were different, which is fine because I got plenty of Shaka songs. Like I said, I got what, six right here. But my number one quintessential Shaka song is actually from the Rufus and Shaka days, and it's Sweet Thing. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so Sweet Thing from a cultural standpoint is once again a multi-generational song.
For
You
sure.
know, young folks are still singing that song in talent shows
Hmm.
today. No matter which version you play, either the Shaka version or the Mary version, people
Hmm.
know the difference. They know how to sing it either way. But what's so beautiful about the Shaka version of that song is it's sweet, and it's 70s Shaka. So one of the interesting things about Shaka is her voice has changed over time. It's actually gotten more Shaka. I call it more Shaka. It's gotten more Shaka over the years. So when you listen to 70s Shaka, her voice is much lower. And now she sounds more like a horn
Hmm.
today, even way more than she did then. But that was her hallmark. Is Shaka Khan kind of sounded like a trumpet. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
She's
But
a living instrument.
she's a living instrument. But Sweet Thing um is a beautiful song. She sings it so lovely. You get a little bit of that crescendo, but it's not like, it's sweet. And
Yes.
you can play it at any event and people are going to be able to sing along. And that's my quintessential number one Shaka song.
So I think you and I have started off a really dope Shaka Khan playlist.
Mhm.
And I'd like to invite our listeners, if you out there, our viewers and listeners, if you want to add and make submissions to our Ultimate Shaka Khan playlist, feel free. As a matter of
Yes.
fact, in the comments below this video, please go ahead and leave your submissions. Let us know what you think what are your favorite Shaka Khan songs and why. I mean, because Shaka Khan she's just one of those omnipresent people that has been in our lives since as long as we can remember.
Yes.
It's the voice, it's
Mhm.
the hair, it's
Yes.
all of those things, the person, that Aries personality.
Mhm.
And now, what I love now, J Ray, is that she's
What?
turned into this earth mother who's
Yes.
doling out advice so calmly while she's meditating and in her backyard somewhere. I love that about her. But she's still singing. Did you
Absolutely.
know?
That tiny desk. Woo.
Oh, excuse me. Yes,
Rutabaga.
that's Rutabaga. That tiny desk was amazing. But J Ray, listeners, did you all know that Shaka, her sister Taka, and
Yes.
their brother Mark have a
Yeah.
song that is being submitted for a Grammy consideration? Well, they're featured on the song. The artists are called A Million Suns,
Mhm.
and they are the featured vocalists on the song Misty Blue 2. If you look on iTunes or whatever, there's like 100 remixes of this one particular song.
Yeah.
So it's being submitted to the Grammys. So shout out to Shaka, Taka, and Mark and A
Yes.
Million Suns. And here's hoping that you get this Grammy nomination for the song Misty Blue 2.
The Grammys
J
love
Ray.
Shaka Khan.
People love them some Shaka Khan. That's right. She's won quite a few.
Whoo, yeah. They love a
She's
Shaka Khan.
They love a Shaka Khan. So, J Ray, if the listeners want to go ahead and submit their favorite Shaka Khan songs to us, or just want to subscribe to the show, let them know what they need to do.
Absolutely. First of all, if y'all can hear our voices, if you can see our faces, thank you so much. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure that you subscribe wherever you are tuning in. Do us a solid. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a coworker. If you love Q Points, chances are they will love Q Points too. You could support the show. You could definitely, we love a coffee, $10, $20 coffees.
Yes,
We
please.
love that. It helps to keep the lights on here in Q Points land. We'd really appreciate it. And also, we have a lot more content over on our Patreon. Visit our website at qpoints.com because that's where you could get information on completing, submitting your favorite Shaka song and why for the playlist. And by the way, if you submit your video, if you submit a video or some audio, it might end up in the live show. So, we do our Q Points live on Thursdays. So your video might end up in that show. So visit the website, qpoints.com. There, you could, of course, participate in submitting your song, but you can also read our newsletter. You can sign up. You can read our blog and sign up for the newsletter, rather. We really appreciate y'all.
We sure do. Thank you for checking out this latest episode of Q Points Podcast. As I always say, in this life, you have a choice. You can either pick up the needle or you can let the record play. I'm DJ Sir Daniel.
My name is J Ray, y'all.
And this has been Q Points Podcast, dropping the needle on Black music history. We'll see you on the next go round. Peace.
Peace, y'all.